and you start. It doesn't matter. You don't need millions or billions to start. See, that's where people are getting it wrong. You just have to make a decision and start. Then the next phase of dreaming, it is you are going to experiment. Try to experiment different things. Be versatile. Be somebody that can do a lot of things. It's just like you are making sure that you are playing your basketball and you are making all the tries as possible as it can. You see, by the time you throw, then getting it, trying to dunk, it's not every dunking that makes everything works. No, it's not everything you get is right. But you see, by the time you are doing it, absolutely you are getting to becoming an expert along the line. Even Michael Jordan said when he was in the prison was when he was able to learn the best skills in dunking. When the you, it is understanding the system. Understanding the system is quite very important for every entrepreneur, irrespective of the cadre that you are as an entrepreneur. You want to ensure that you understand where you are going to. You want to know those people that are ahead you, the level you are, and how you are going to get out of the best of your ability. You want to get your resources. You want to ensure you get and make sure you get your space. See, it's quite important that you recognize those that are before you, so that you can get how to advertise. It gives you leverage. Now, looking back, look at Toyota in the 1990s. The vehicle industry was becoming more prominent. It was growing wings and it was getting better. But when it was in 2003, when Toyota was looking forward to getting the best out of the US market, because General Motors and Ford were more prominent in the states then. So what they did was they had to contact young UG. Now UG was the COO of Toyota as then. So in order to make 2004 model, what they did was he went through the 50 states in the United States, went through the 13 provinces in Canada, and afterwards he was able to come out with an idea and say, you see, one of the vans that we do, that is the vans we do, the Sienna van. In order to make the 2004 model, we have to make sure that it doesn't go the conventional way. We want to make it in a way whereby it will be appealing to the children. Now, after going over 520 miles, he understood that people who actually own those Sienna vehicles aren't the uh aren't the adults, it was the children. So now he customized, made everything to be so. In the following year, that was in 2004, they were able to beat the market. I mean, the price they were getting before, formerly by that was 60%. That was quite exceptional. He was able to understand it by putting himself into the system, trying to run things, and found out that it was that profiting when you know whom you are actually targeting. You see, that's quite amazing. So as an entrepreneur, it's better, it's expedient that you go on a line, you understand it very well, and that is that. Yeah, and that's how it goes. You see, every basketballer is quite good in that. When they hold the ball and they target, they, because they are very familiar with the distance, they know how to place their hand, how to position their hand, so that when they throw the ball, all what it does is that it enters into the net so effortlessly. You see, that is what makes every good basketballer to be exceptional. Now the next is never say never. What does it mean to never say never? You see, one of the great gifts that God gives to entrepreneurs is that they are always relentless. No matter the cost they are always pushing for it. In fact, the fact that they spend much time on it, people start believing in what they don't believe in. You see, when Elon Musk was starting, Elon Musk said he never believed in SpaceX, but he was just trying to put money. In fact, one of the places he said he wanted to work was Netscape, and Netscape was very prominent even before Google arrived. You see, but instead of doing that, he was so believing. He thought he can actually invest in SpaceX. And do you know that for 5 consecutive times he was spending money and wasn't actually getting anything? He was spending money to the extent that he was like, is either I die here or I get nothing. You see, but as time went on, when it was December 2008, NASA had to call him and say, we are awarding you this contract. You see, everything became so great. And that was how his breakthrough came into play. So you see, the fact that you are pushing pressure into it, you are getting better in it, the fact that you are more adamant and you are so importunate about your vision and goal, it becomes more clearer. Now you now define the kind of people you want. You now become more discreet with your spending, and that even gives you leverage in what you do. And the another thing is that the key that is, you need to knit knowledge. Now knit knowledge is, as you are as you are in one unit or the other, you are knitting it. You are making sure everything comes back. You see, Air is one of the biggest companies in China. Air has over 75,000 people working in the company. That is how big it is. You see, but in order to make sure that everything is very synchronizing and everything has what it's very is delivering. So what they did was that they now had to make over 50,000 units, so that each person in different units can only have 3 to 4 workers, so that everything they transfer will be so easy. You see, somebody that is in the company trying to make a paper, some are stepping it. All what they just do from morning till night is just to be stepping. You see, it makes them more professional at what they do, and that is how it goes. You see, it brings it brings perfection in the business, and it makes things to look so lucid and so smart. See, that's what doc is. So when you get all those things into spaces and you try to dunk, you see that you aren't actually missing, you are actually dunking, and dunking, you are getting your score line right. Now the another skill that you want to do is like you want to throw. As a good basketballer, even when you try to dunk and you see that you can do also, that can bring you into the structure of selling, and that is throwing. Now when you want to throw, I go with the T, with the acronym. The T, it is technically sound. Now when I mean technically sound, you see that is one thing that the big company will always do to outsmart those growing ones. It is because they have the resources to keep on the track. Now they have, like let's say, the people who actually keep the server running. You see, they have the resources to keep the VPN, to keep everything that is going on working, because of the resources they have. Unlike small scale businesses, they don't have that, and that makes them to fall short. People don't actually trust them, and that makes them to go down the line. So if you want to be a good you want to build a good structure for selling, you must know how to throw, and that is that you must be good in technically sound. Aside from getting the technology ready, you must get the experts too available all the time, and you will need the money to do, even when your business is failing, like that of Amazon, until almost 16 years, or almost 8 to 16 years before they were able to get their profit right. Now, but they were still getting some money that was keeping the business on. So that is actually expedient. No, the age now, it is always funding of education. That is, you must make sure that when you own, like you start education, you make sure that people in your spaces, they are people that go for education. They go from one space to another, making sure that they are getting educated. They are getting educated in what they do. They go into businesses and make sure that they learn more. In fact, one of the things I learned, or that I've come to realize, is that, you see, if you are running businesses and you can't tell people that are working with you to be the one, or you don't even have to tell them, they should be the one advertising. You see, when they advertise, it makes the one spending money on advertisement. You see, it tells a lot. People want to work with you, and they see because of your character, and they believe in what you do. So when you own the education, people go for it. You don't need to pay them, because if you are paying them, they might use your money to actually go, but to actually go to another place. But when they are the ones spending money, saying that they want to get educated, you see, when they get the education, they will be indebted in staying in your company, except if you aren't paying them well. You see, that's why it's good. Prioritize education, and you will see that you are structuring your businesses to selling for a long period of time. Then the R is rolling for change. You see, whenever there are dents, whenever there are issues, or when you think that things aren't going your way and the future isn't feasible, what you do is that you change. It's not you probably may not be changing what you do, but you can be changing the circle you are in, because it is the circle that can determine the change and the results that really matters. So now, when you change your disposition, when you change your environment, it is quite very reasonable that the results too will go in. So always be free for change. Seek advice. Let them put you through, especially your colleagues, so that they can feel among in the business and they can go with you.